Hi, it's James Gallett with Envirotech Heating and Cooling. We're working on a remodel job, and what we have going on here is this house was real unique. We needed to figure out a way to run ductwork for the main living area at this home, and we didn't have a whole lot of space in the attic to run it. There was no way possible for us to run anything underneath and have it come through the floor, so the attic was our only option. This house has actually been remodeled 2 other times, so there's 3 roof lines inside the house, and running large rectangle ductwork or large round ductwork was just not going to happen here. So what we came up with is putting in a high velocity, which uses small, round, flexible ductwork and feeds several registers throughout the house. It's a high velocity is the brand of the equipment. So we're putting in a high velocity system here at the home, and we have it paired with a heat pump outside. So we'll go inside, take a look at the equipment before we put it in the overhead space, and show you what. Okay, we've got our indoor coil and our indoor air handler, and we've actually uncrated it already and we're ready to put it in the overhead space. So this is the indoor furnace, or air handler if you want to call it that, for the high velocity system. There's electric backup heat in here, and then like I said, we have it paired with the heat pump outside. So when the temperature outside drops below, say, 35 degrees or wherever our set point ends up being at, the electric heat will come on and keep the house cool. But as you can tell, it's a pretty small unit, a lot smaller than most furnaces that you see out there today. This is our indoor coil, which will be mounted up there as well, and it will go on the bottom side of this. This round pipe sticking up, or the round opening, I guess, that's where our ductwork connects. So we don't have to use great big ductwork. We can use small round pipe. This is actually a 10-inch takeoff, so we have 10-inch pipe for our supply, which is pretty small if you think about it in, how big is the ductwork in most homes. So let's get up in the attic and we'll show you kind of what we're doing with the... Alright, we're all used to seeing, 6 by 10, 4 by 10, meaning 6 inches by 10 inches, 4 inches by 10 inch registers that are white metal mounted in our ceilings. The high velocity system actually uses small diameter flex pipe with PVC joints. So this is the register boot for this run coming into this room. We don't put the runs where we normally put the runs in a conventional home. We want to put them where they're not going to blow directly on somebody. So we're going to hook up our flex pipe, or our supply run, right here. The air blows out here, and then after the sheetrock's put on, our register, which is what this is here, just snaps in place. So this is what a boot looks like for the high velocity system. They've got some runs hooked up now. We'll go over and take a look at the runs that they've got hooked up, kind of show you what. Alright, here's one of the registers that we've installed in the living room area. As you can see, it's got that same little black boot that we looked at a while ago, but the duct is actually hooked up to it. The duct actually goes back and it hits our main trunk line. So we pull the flex duct all the way back to our main trunk line, and what you're looking at up there is where we connect it into the main trunk line. The main trunk line is actually metal duct, so it's metal round pipe, and then we put an insulated sleeve over the outside of it. So the duct is actually insulated, it's metal, and then tapping into the side of it is our supply that feeds the house. We'll probably have on this system 25 or so supply runs. So that seems like a lot of supplies, but you got to have that many for this setup and this type of system. It's going to have one cold air return that's going to have a grill mounted in the ceiling, so the homeowner will actually take the filter out and change it in the ceiling space and not have to get up in the attic. Alright, here's the outdoor unit that's going to be working with the high velocity system. It's a York heat pump. It's rated at 15 SEER, and what SEER rating is like miles per gallon on a car. 15 miles per gallon is what this unit's getting. We also set our heat pumps up off the ground. We don't want snow and stuff building up around them, so we use these pump ups to kind of get them up off the ground a little further. The pad itself gets it off the ground some, but if we can keep it up off the ground even more, that's better. So outdoor units hooked up. This would be nice and quiet. It's kind of on the side of the house, but they do have, some sitting areas here and there, so we wanted to pick a quiet unit, and they got that with all the equipment that we're putting in out here. So I think now we're just ready to finish hooking up all of our equipment, and we'll do some startup. Okay, that right there is our supply register. for the high velocity system. So that supply register, you don't want them in the center of the room. We have one here, one here. You kind of scatter them in the corner on the outside wall so they don't blow directly down on anyone. I think there's a total of 28 supply registers just in this living area. So this high velocity system seems to be working really well. Got the registers throughout the living space with the cold air return, one cold air return grill close to the unit. And you saw the outside heat pump unit, you saw the unit up in the attic with the round 10-inch pipe that branches off into the smaller tubing. So that's basic. Okay, here's the attic part of the high velocity system. And this is pretty typical of a supply run here. It's just the round pipe. And that round pipe feeds actually a PVC supply register. So this is what all of our registers look like again.